아.
Are you ready? Call your mama, call your papa,
Call your friends. The festivities are about to begin. Boom! Give me a gamma if you can hear this. Gamma, 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 chameleon. Shout out to True Nerds. Thank you. That was a great one to break the ice today. Is live. This is Jose JG, and it is 1 p.m. on a June 23rd. June 23rd of 2000. And the audio, the microphone sounds like shit. Sorry about that, guys. There's something going on here. Let's see. Let me try something. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Microphone sounds like shit. It's not good. It's not good at all. But oh well. You know what? It is what it is. That's the way it's gonna stay. I hope it's not worse than it was. If there's a little bit of background noise, there's a washing machine running over there. There's a fan running over here. Not a fan like the fan club, like, but a fan like blowing air to me. You know. Thank you for being here. Dawn to dusk in Instacart shopper. Hi, Citizen 9. We are new. Kuso PR1. Martin. Tiny Captain. Truth Nurse. Psychics Traveler. And Justin Franks. Yes, you heard. You heard me because I see a gamma typed by Kuso. How's the microphone? The one being the worst sound microphone that you have ever heard, and 10 being the best ever microphone that you have ever heard. Just give me a number. I got a number in mind, but I'm not sure. I don't need to implant it in your brain. So I need to hear this number, and then I will know if I need to change something in order to have a better sound for you guys. This is kind of what I'm gonna have the rest of the day today, anyways. But hopefully it's not. Hopefully the number is not. Damn. Hopefully the number is not a -2, like Tusk just say. Hello, Tusk. Did I do my chilling? Well, there is 20 people watching right now. Chilling time. Please hit the thumbs up if you're watching this show live or recorded. I would appreciate if you do that. Also, there's a few ways that you can support if besides leaving me a thumbs up, that is a mandatory. Uh, Give me some money via PayPal or Super Chat. I think I think the headphones, the microphone got janked, like get janked by some. Let me see. Hmm. This microphone is a tricky one. Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna mess with that because it might fuck it up. You said two, huh? Is that bad? Two for microphone. Noise suppression. Check one, two. Does it still sounds the same? I think it sounds the same because the issue is, I think the issue is with the levels, like, I don't know, too noisy or something. Well, it is what it is. I'm sorry. Hmm. All right. Oh, well. We are in the Discord server Daily Boom. If anybody would like to join. Hey, Lambada. Did you say Lambada or Lambda? Lambda. Sizes Traveler shared a link. Says Lamb. Movie clip. Oh, that's, I ain't gonna watch that. Well, let's share the screen and begin the I got some things that I might want to share with you, and that will be top of the show. That's strange because in the link that I shared on Discord didn't share the thumbnail. It's weird. Oh well, it is what it is. Okay, we'll share the screen and see if we got any good links for you guys. Here we go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, if I don't share screen here, how am I gonna click it and share it with you guys? The hell, Jose? Come on, give me a break. Okay. That's not what the astronauts claimed. Oh, Dawn to Dusk is talking about astronauts. Not astro yeses, astronauts. And indirectly, blue marble science have been brought up to the discussion when Dawn to Dusk typed something about the blue marble. I will find a link for Lael. It's my duty and pride. Hey, shout out to Psychic Traveler. Psychic, you know what I found? You know what I found, and I want to share with you guys. You're gonna appreciate this, man. Alright, check it out. Bear with me. It is a very strange interview with. I found a strange interview with Eric Dubay, man. Not much people have seen. Maybe lots of people have seen. This is a 5 minutes, 5 minutes interview type of thing. Oh, speak of the devil. Shout out to Blue Marble Science.
You must have said my name 3 times or something.
You have been summoned.
I was busy taking a nap. What do you want?
Well, indirectly, your name was mentioned in the YouTube chat.
Ah,
Yeah, we have a guy over here talking about returning to the moon. He's talking about polo missions. He's talking about nobody seeing the entire Earth, and he's saying. Then he mentioned your name. Then he pulled the blue marble. They claim that he actually saw a blue marble, so I had to mention your name.
okay. Mm-hmm.
And I actually got something interesting here that I'm not sure if you have seen. This is a 4 minutes 50 seconds video, and this is Eric Dubay: Lies, Faith, Motivations, Revelations, and Flat Earth. Well, if you click on my screen share, if you want to hang out for a few minutes and watch this video, maybe top of the show,
Yeah.
or you stay as long as you want. But I'm glad that I'm not alone here too. I haven't watched this full thing. I watched the first maybe minute. I go like, this is bizarre. I need to share this on the show and break it down and see what's going on here. Should we take a little look at it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm watching.
Hells to the yeah. I'm gonna try to maneuver, and when I'm not talking, is the microphone making a lot of background noise from my end?
I'm not hearing it. Put my
No, okay,
headphones
that's
on and listen.
yeah. I think when I talk, it's not the best sound. It's a little shitty, but at least I don't want any background noise when I'm quiet. That would be.
No, I'm not hearing anything.
That's excellent. That's good. All right. Bobby Alaskan Explorer in the chat box. I think I say hello to everybody else. Tiny Captain's Task. Thank you very much, everybody. Enjoy the festivities. We got the Stingray. Stingray, click on my screen share. We're going to play a 5-minute clip over here. Here we go. Let's do it. Let's see if we got audio here. Oh, this is a joke, Jose?
Mad too. Just the amount
of lying to us.
And lies.
Yeah.
The fact that I understood it and nobody else did.
Yeah, such a lonely thing. And then the fact that they want to stay in the dark, they want to stay asleep. Everyone wants to stay asleep.
I don't feel that rage anymore now because I'm active. And that's what I tell people who they'll ask me like, how do you cope with knowing all this stuff and all the people that don't want to know it and don't want to change and everything. And for me, the thing that helps the most and continues to help is being active in changing the world, making it not that way.
Yeah.
That's
but at least heals you on the inside. Yeah.
Now, this is very strange looking because it looks, from my perspective, this is kind of what I seen. It looks like he'd been like ambushed somehow. He was found sitting somewhere, and this whatever lady just had a camera approach him and start talking to him or whatever. Kind of an improv type of interview, which we don't see too often. You know, he's very scripted what he does. What do you think, Blue?
Yeah, well, I mean, it on the at the outset, it presents itself as just a random, drive-by interview type thing. But I'm not sure that's at all what we're going to see.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, But I don't know. Doesn't he look his physicality, the way his mannerisms? He looks off, right? He looks odd.
I don't know. He looks like I guess it looks like any other guy sitting in
like any other guy, but
bar or something.
Yeah. I don't know. I see a little bit of paranoia in his body language, just this little bit, and that's why caught my attention because I felt like if I'm talking to somebody about this topic, I need to look to the left, I need to look to the right, like a little bit, like looking around, like I've been watched, somehow.
Yeah, there's a guy inside looking out at him with a kind of a what the fuck look on his face. Wait a minute, that was me.
Yeah. All right, Tiny Captain, if you want to click on my screen share, and Chai, click on my screen share. We are 49 seconds in. This is a 5-minute clip. Let's take a little look. I'll play like maybe 30 seconds or something and pause it if anybody got any thoughts on what we're looking at here. This is a first time reaction for me too. So here we go.
For me, the thing that helps the most and continues to help is being active in changing the world, making it not that way.
Yeah.
That's
But at least
that's what
heals you on the
alleviates it.
inside. Yeah.
Like I said, I feel that pressure on my shoulder. That's what I feel now. At first, it was just complete anger, and I would just scream into my pillow. Once I started doing something about it, writing books and getting active on the internet in
And
various ways.
so organized. Just wonderfully. Without that personality traits, you wouldn't be where you, I mean, just not many people could do what you've been doing, is all I'll say. You need a certain personal, incredible discipline, organization skills, just so much, yeah.
What in the fuck is he looking at? Do you think the lady is sitting right across him over here and then the camera is set over here? Because if the ladies were holding the camera, he's looking nowhere near her face or her eyes, man.
I believe he was, the last part of the clip, I think he's looking at her.
Okay,
But you notice when he's talking, he's not looking at her.
Right.
That's a little strange.
Shout out to everybody watching on YouTube land. If you just made it here, we're looking at an oldie but goodie quick interview type of thing with Eric Dubay. This was uploaded on I should say May 28th, 2018 by Elisa Hart. Whoever she is, shout out to Elisa Hart. And if you guys are here on Discord, you can click on my screen share and watch what I'm sharing. I'm 1 minute, 40 seconds in. Here we go.
So why was I getting into that? Oh yeah, when I saw that that stuff about, I let it go because I thought, well, that's, you might be a psychopath, but I'm still going to just look in the information and keep testing it. But I thought, how absolutely horrible for you to have to live knowing so many people have you so wrong. But people have suffered more. Think of Jesus, the imaginary guy.
As much as people think I'm anti-Jesus, he's one of my inspirational characters. I do enjoy the figure, and I've read the Bible, and I agree with most everything that he says in the Bible, other than offering up another cheek for some asshole to slap.
I love what Jesus said.
Farmer's boy, he's smiling at you. What do you think? Well, his smile.
He can fuck off.
Ever. He like Jesus. He agrees with almost everything Jesus says.
He's a creep. He was a creep then, and he's a creep now.
Damn. Coming in hot.
Wow. I'm afraid this leopard hasn't changed its spots, obviously. oh, I love Jesus. Yeah, piss off. Really?
Shout out to Anamorphic Mind for those who are just came in and just came across and seen Eric Dubay on your screen. My most sincere apologies. I just wanted to share this with you because I want to watch this for the first time in real time. So I decided to watch it with you. It's only a little less than 5 minutes thing, and we are pretty much halfway there. So let's continue and go at this.
That's my one beef with Christians is the whole, what do they call it? Turn the other cheek.
I love that.
You like that?
That's my favorite thing Jesus ever said.
All right, so that's about my least favorite thing.
Because that shows me that Jesus had true faith if he existed. Because he knew he would give his life up because he's not the body. He really understood he's not the body. He'll come back as another thing or a rock or a human but he understood his place in God so well that his ego didn't need to stay alive at the expense of someone else. He'd let someone else hit him there, then hit him there, then kill them, whatever, rather than have their death on his conscience, supposedly. I think that's how it's supposed to work.
Is that the most effective plan of action, though?
We're
If you were
still
trying
talking
to-
about him, Eric, 2,000 years later. And largely it's been promulgated on us, but which renamed the start of time after him. Like, I think that's one of the big ones. That's really shocking.
Well, was he drooling as he listened to her? He was wiping the drool away.
Promulgated on us, but which renamed the start of time after him. Like, I think
He was drooling. What are you drooling at? Anybody?
Well, maybe it's just because he's some sort of drooling idiot.
Do you think he might be like chemo? That he need to swallow his spit every other minute? Or twice a minute at least.
Well, I think he has lots of things in common with
Oh, no.
yeah, exactly.
You didn't. Don't make it so realistic. Go like chemo. Just a long sniff, you know? Yeah, careful everybody on YouTube land. I know that you guys see this character and feel compelled to make some of his faithful arguments, but remember, we are in YouTube. YouTube don't look at context too much, so be careful with the words you type. If you want to type Jews or Hitler, world wars and stuff like that, just be careful, please. Don't jeopardize my channel by trolling responsibly. It is responsible trolling, but YouTube don't like that type of responsible trolling. So they just avoid typing certain words that can be triggered for YouTube. I hope you guys understand what I'm coming from. You know?
Troll responsibly.
Yeah. All right, let's go see what he's drooling about here.
that's one of the big ones. That's really shocking.
You know, they restarted time after Buddha here. It's the year 2559.
Really? Is it?
2560.
Oh wow! I never had that. I never knew that.
You probably see examples of it. I mean, they use Thai years anywhere they write the.
Wow.
Unless they're writing in English, then
Yeah.
it's 2018.
Right.
Everywhere official, it's 2560.
Wow.
I think Eric might be in his mind like, fuck, man, I just hate talking to people. I'm not coming over here ever again. He probably be thinking that, right? Anybody thinking about that? He's like, I ain't coming to this spot again.
Yeah, he's thinking maybe I made a mistake.
Yeah. I should have just walked away or say that I don't want to talk to you or something, you know? That sucks, man, for him. We're almost there. We're less than a minute out.
That's when they say Buddha was born. There's different types of Buddhism too, so that's their type of Buddhism, which says that there was only one Buddha and he was born at that time. There's another type of Buddhism that says that there's always a Buddha living and he reincarnates.
Yeah.
He's here now and he's the Dalai Lama.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
CIA's Dalai Lama.
Right. So to me, I see them starting the calendars over here at the supposed birth of Buddha, and in the West starting the calendars over at the supposed birth of Jesus as just a government program to get you to believe in their mythical man as actually being a historical figure.
So why do you not turn the other cheek? Because you feel like it's putting yourself up for double the abuse.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that was it on this one.
Oh.
Yeah. For those. Yeah. I don't know if there's a full video of this. So what I can do is throw a link on Discord, Daily Boom, on what I just played. And if anybody wanna check it out, maybe in the channel what is recorded on is a full version.
I mean, not that I'm in any hurry to listen to more Eric Dubay. Oh.
But you kind of wanted to know where it was going, how it was going to end, maybe.
Well, maybe he's just going to get up and stomp off, sort of do an in-person rage quit. I don't know. Oh, yeah. I saw that earlier on here. Tailgate.
Yeah, man.
Oh dear, Eric Dubay.
Well,
complete and utter twat.
Big shout out to everybody here in Discord. Hello, Blue. Let's do a round of mic check. Blue.
Yeah, got mine. How's yours?
I think I sound like shit, but I hear you loud and clear, man.
Yeah, I do hear a little noise in the background now.
Yeah, nah,
Yeah.
whoever neighbor is a different neighbor. I don't see who's like,
Got a saw
there
running.
you go. Yeah, motherfuckers. Always. Chike, how you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you.
I hear that. Today is the day that we will hear Discord user talk like a normal person instead of going crazy all over the place. Not today, I guess. Farmer's boy, what's up?
Hey, I'm just glad that whoever it is that's operating the pile driving in the village has stopped for the day. Because it's been driving me up the bloody wall.
All right. We have Larry, bro, PS. What up, Larry?
Oh, not much. Just same old, same old.
Good to hear you. Snessley wipes in the house.
Hey, Jose, what's up?
What up? The Stingray is here.
Man,
Meh, indeed. And Tiny Captain.
Hello.
Hello, hello. What are your thoughts on Eric Dubay, the way he looks in that clip, the Stingray?
I don't know. It just looks like a confused, broken, delusional, and probably questioning his own sexuality. But that's the only thing that I can read from that video.
Thank you very much. Yeah, very appreciate that. Yeah. What was the word that I used? Paranoid. He looked paranoid to me. That's one more description that I can. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I saw. Also, I saw yesterday. I didn't save this clip. Damn it! I must have it in my history. Some guy. He said like, "Oh, you know how messed up it is." I saw this a video clip of a flat earther like a John Hawkins. So when John Hawkins get either pissed off at somebody, if somebody time him out, if somebody block him, if somebody say something about him, John Hawkins go running to make a video. And he shot a video clip on whining and cry, right? So I saw this flat earther, like a, whatever. I started to hear. I said, I kind of, what is going on? Oh yeah, it's very associated with John Hawkins. Now he sounded like a young guy, sounded very young. And then I click on his channel on this guy, and he looks old, man. But then I scroll down in his channel and videos from 4 and 5 years ago. He looked really young, man. The same guy that he made a video yesterday, he sounds young but looks really old in his very channel. You scroll down and see the thumbnails and you see the change in his face, in his style. Like he looks so fucking old now. Versus, I need to find him, man, because I need you to. Maybe that was in my mind because, unfortunately, in this one channel that I have right now, the JG Boom, I don't have older videos over a year old. Mm-hmm. I lost all my older videos, but I know in my previous channel I had videos from 3, 4, 5 years ago. So those I could look a lot younger. I could look, but I don't think I looked too different what I did 5 years ago versus now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No. Yeah. I don't think you do.
I don't think one changes that much in I don't know 5 years.
Oof. I don't know. You could have a rough 5 years, then it'd be a bit different. But no, they're in. Well, yeah, 5 years ain't really long enough, is it?
Yeah, I don't think it's. Yeah, I don't think it's to that level. Yeah, let's Mister. Go ahead. I watched so many. Oh, there you go. Blue Pill Devolution. Oh, okay. Videos. There you go. Oh, he deleted that video from yesterday. Oh, no. Yeah, man. He deleted that video, bro. It was a video that I watched yesterday. He did. So the video was, oh, I gave Jeranism a donation, and he didn't read my comment. He criticized Jeranism with a comment. Like, oh, Jeran, you're cool, but you're full of shit because of X or Y. So Jeran and Dirt, they refused to read his comment in the Rockfin, in whatever other platform they are on. So it was some bullshit drama, but I was just listening. I said, like, how pity? Just go to your channel to do a video complaining because some other big flat earther didn't read your comment. So that's what I say is like Sean Hawkins, like he do petty things like that, petty. Sorry, man, but it's true,
He does these little he does these little 2 or 3 minute videos, doesn't he? Where he's just raging at somebody.
Raging at somebody for being timed out or blog or didn't read their comments and stuff like that. Yeah.
Something used to anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the channel, Blue Pill Devolution. I think I'm still sharing my screen.
Yeah.
So I see the thumbnail, and I see it from a month ago. You see, yeah, he's the guy. The thumbnail. You can see. I mean, he looks like he looks young, but an older guy, right? Older young. But the way he sounds, this guy sounds young, man. To me, I hear his voice. Let me see.
Question: is Bob the science guy? Is he real?
First thing he said.
Is he like a shill that is like working with the government?
Oh dear.
Or is he just some lonely old guy up in Michigan?
Oh man!
Standing in front of a whiteboard.
Just trying to because that is so fucking hilarious. It's like, how fucking delusional do you have to be to think that the government, any fucking government, spends money on shills to try and convince the very small, minute number of people that the Earth is flat that it's actually a fucking planet? How delusional do you need to be? No one gives a rat's shit.
Right.
It goes to show just how fucking paranoid these idiots are. They genuinely think that we get paid by our respective government and or NASA at the same time to debunk a bunch of drooling morons. I wish it was so. I wish I was doing my work and getting paid by the government to sit here on YouTube and go, "You're a fucking idiot."
You guys don't get paid?
I know, it's the old joke. But some of them, you'll hear them say this all the time, the likes of Mabbit, but that's just a performance. But I think some of them are just so deluded, and they're so into every single conspiracy that surely we must be getting paid to sit here and argue with these morons.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do, I don't know what he's going to say. I don't know how controversial this guy is. I haven't heard much of him. So I'll just throw a link in the Discord if anybody's interested. Take a little look, and maybe you can find something fun and entertaining to do with content creator like this. But just by looking at this guy, I say like this guy looks old, maybe in his mid-50s, maybe. He looks older, right? Yeah, mid-50s. He looks a little bit up, even though he could be 40 or 45. He just looks
not
older.
Having had a shave doesn't do you any favors.
It doesn't at all.
It ages. Having a day or two's growth really does age you. But yeah, he sounds younger than he is.
Right. Yeah. And now, if we go scroll down his channel, we just scroll down. Don't he look younger in here 5 years ago? Look at the thumbnails.
Yeah.
He does look a lot younger 6 years ago.
Glenn again, and coming
back. I mean,
yeah,
he's fully shaved. Maybe you cross him off a little bit.
If he didn't shave for a day or two and you put those sunglasses on, he wouldn't look any different.
I can't really figure out how to put it together and stuff. But eventually, I'm going to sit down.
Yeah, I think these last 5-6 years on the flat Earth and being in the paranoia corner of YouTube, it just it takes a toll of people, man. It beat people up really bad.
It used to make a lot of them very angry. And that won't do you any good if you're permanently enraged.
Yeah, and I got a good comment over here that when I look a lot younger in my intro, in the call you mama, call you papa, call you friends, Yes, it's not too much young that I look, but it's just more cleaner, shave, face. I think if I just shave and I just record another video, I'm gonna look exactly the same. Probably, very close to the same, very close to the same. Yeah, because if this guy had a beard, it wouldn't be any excuse. Or he just doesn't have a beard. And look at this thumbnail, look at these 3 thumbnails, and compare them to the most recent ones thumbnails. I don't know. He does look older to me. Maybe it's the shades, the glasses, or
Yeah,
something.
the face, the jowls, the cheeks have got a little bit.
Yeah, but
maybe a little bit more in them. But I think
Yeah,
most of it is because he hasn't shaved. Say if you leave it for a couple of days, that will make it look scruffy.
Yesterday's
And
video, he looked really old. Yesterday's video, he didn't have a shade, he didn't have a hat, he looked old. That's why when I heard I clicked on it, and he started talking, looking at the screen share, like, look, I sent this comment and blah blah blah, and then he turned his camera to him and go like, whoa, I didn't think this guy looked like that because he sounded really young and he looked really old in yesterday's video. But he deleted it, I guess. Oh, well.
He definitely sounds younger than he looks.
Yeah.
Certainly in my mind.
That's blue pill devolution for you. Drugs and alcohol will do that to you, man.
Oh, alcohol certainly will. That won't do your face any favours at all.
Yeah. All right, who is this? Come on. What is the meaning of this?
Perspective.
Oh, wait.
Wasn't there a case in the States not a million years ago where somebody was doing that, was shooting out of the boot of the car or something? Or am I getting that confused with an old episode of CSI?
And this is actually a real mural thing for the lid.
Somebody's airbrushed that on. I can't do that with an airbrush.
I don't think airbrush is just it's just an item they sell. A lot of pickup trucks in Texas and other places, and they just sell this item. It's cool. This one is good perspective wise. You think it looks? I don't know, a little bit off. Pointing a little more way down than it should be. To be pointing to the car behind him. Was that JM Truth? Citizen 9 is asking. No.
I don't know whether this sniper's been modified enough to be JM Truth.
Sorry, that's the washing machine. Dude, I didn't do a squeaky earth today, but I want. I do it at the end when I turn my camera back on. Sorry.
Yeah, looks like he's been abandoned to me.
Definitely.
Why is this? Dude, these one little cases are cool. I think I used one for a whole year. One of these little like ammo cases.
Oh yeah, the ammo tin. Yeah.
Yeah, I used one for my lunch in Puerto Rico when I was like in I don't know, 3rd or 4th grade. I remember I had it for a whole year in a lunchbox because my uncle, he was in the military. And I went to his house, he had a bunch of these just laying around. He had one clean out. I was like, oh, this is so cool. It's my new lunchbox. He said, you want it? Yeah, go for it, man. And my dad like, I don't know, man. I said like, yeah, give it to me. Put my little drinks and juices. Just carrying this around, heavy motherfucker. Heavy, just metal thing for lunchbox.
Oh dear.
Really cool. Good times, man. Can't be Josh Mitchell. He's still banned somewhere. Josh Mitchell. I have no idea. Vinyl decal, not airbrush. This is a vinyl decal. Sorry, my English pronunciation is not very good looking.
No, decal or sticker.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I have seen people do that with an airbrush, but that takes some skill.
Yeah, you also have them for garage doors. That is, you have a bowling jet in your garage or something.
I mean, yeah, I've got an airbrush, but I couldn't paint anything like that. Must be joking.
I practiced airbrush for a few months. I didn't have one little machine myself. I didn't visit too much, like twice a week for a few hours, and I painted a mural with a guy. Fruits, a big basket with grapes and bottles of wine. Really good, pretty mural for a school uh, lunch room. Yeah, I think I'm putting the words together. If a big lunch room in a school, it was like an art school or whatever, and in the lunchroom, they the teacher over there. Uh, he was like friends of my neighbor. I met him through him. He's like, "Yeah, you want to come in this day at these hours? I'm gonna be painting a mural over there, and I'll hook you up. Teach you a couple tricks with the airbrush and stuff." And that's kind of what I practiced, but I never, I just never followed the the dream. Never followed it. It was cool. Good, cool couple experience. I got that. I know there's still probably some either murals or big drawings, banners or something that I have drawn in my hometowns in Puerto Rico. Because I seen a picture of just a few months ago of some guy saying like, "Look how sad the old town of Santa Isabel, Puerto Rico. Look how sad this old town looks. The old street, old road where we used to go hang out in the little beach over there. Now it's all big freeway. They build new roads. They moved the whole town, the whole downtown. They moved a few miles up north in a big area that they constructed like a new plaza over there, big plaza. They build big stores, so they build a new downtown in there. They move all the old stores, so when you ride around in the old town, it looks like abandoned. It looks dirty, ugly. And in one of the pan of the cameras in the corner, "Bienvenidos a Santa Isabel," in a big yellow like street divider, big yellow street divider, very like 3 foot high and very wide. And I remember I painting that, like I just painted with a brush. "Welcome to the Santa Isabel, Puerto Rico," and that still exists. So I know there's still a little bit of memories around.
Cool.
It was so cool to see. I lost it. I was just looking at video clips from my hometown. I saw that looks so familiar. Holy shit, I drew that. I wrote those letters. What the fuck, man? I drew them when I was like fucking like 20, I think it was. It was just after finishing high school, and I was just doing little side jobs and little shit around. Yeah. I'm gonna try to find it, a little memory, make a thumbnail with it or something.
Yeah.
Woo! Shout out to C4 and Thurston, Ben the Light, Devil's Advocate. Tommy Grumble is in the house. Gary Webenga says the conspiracy would only be at the top of the chain. Everyone below that simply misunderstands what is. Everyone below simply misunderstands what is. The Blue Marble Science. Some people like Gary Webenga think that the conspiracy will be at the top of the chain. They think there's this chain and this triangle, just the people in the top will know, and everybody below it wouldn't know. We'll have no idea or understand that there's a conspiracy going. What are your thoughts on that?
Huh?
Yeah.
I have no idea what he's babbling about.
Well, that's okay. Neither does he.
I'll give you an example. I'm talking in behalf of Gary Webenga. This is Gary Webenga have coming to my have taken over my soul, and I'm talking with Jose's accent, with Jose's mannerisms, but this is Gary Webenga speaking. Let's say NASA and the space agencies. Everybody think that is sending satellites, is sending rockets, is receiving signals and sending things to take pictures of planets and shit. But none of that is real. You send rockets, they just take off rockets and they just land, crash in the ocean. And only the people in the top know this. Everybody working in NASA, all the peons, all the laymen, everybody, or just the regular workers, they think they're building rockets. They think they're building satellites. They think they're doing everything that is happening, but they just don't understand it. How about that example, Blue? Now, there you go.
Yeah, I've heard that story before. It's about the only way they can go about trying to explain this gigantic conspiracy, which involves the government of every nation on the planet, and literally would have to involve billions of people So the only way you can get around that is by saying, oh, it's just a handful of select people at the top, and everybody under them are just fucking idiots. And they buy the story that the big boss is telling them, and just do go to their desk and turn the crank and whatever it is they do for a living. Unfortunately, people are generally pretty smart. I don't think anybody could ever pull that kind of thing off. It's just not possible, not thinkable. It would be like Gary's boss trying having told him all these years that he's actually herding cows when they're goats. Somehow or the other, he's been fooled into believing those are actually cows when they're not. They're chickens or something. How likely is that, Gary?
Well, don't forget there's. I mean, like Blue said, the amount of people involved in it would be astronomical, but it also relies on a shit ton of other things. Shit ton of other thing that's really high up on the list is every single person that is being fooled is as stupid as a flat earther. That has to be the case. Because if one of those has even the slightest bit of intelligence, they'd be able to work it out. Now, the issue is when you've got rocket scientists and physicists, a lot of them are really smart and wouldn't be fooled. So now you're left with, well, they're just being silenced. But the problem is, though, the amount of those smart people, like Blue said, number in astronomical numbers. So you first got to jump that hurdle, and then you've got to say all these people that have figured it out just aren't telling anybody as well. No one's ever leaked it. And then if you go from that and say, well, rockets crash into the ocean, but no one's ever filmed it. Rockets have got no propulsion in space, but every rocket scientist says they have, but they've been fooled even though they've tested this stuff and developed it all their lives. No, they've just been fooled. No, satellites aren't a thing, even though we see them on the ground and we can detect their presence up in the sky, and they travel at 14,000 kilometers ground speed, and you can verify this yourself with Doppler and receive the radio signal yourself. But no flat earth has ever done it. And more importantly, no smart person with a radio receiver has ever done it and thought, hang about, all these things are fake. It is such a ridiculous proposition.
Yeah.
Boom. Shaik, you had some thoughts when Blue was speaking there. What do you think?
Yeah, I wonder how that works. So there's an engineer, someone who knows how to build rockets. He learned this at school. He builds a rocket based on what he learned. Now there's someone that tests this rocket engine before they send it away. Someone must put faulty equipment there for him to measure different data than there actually is, right? In order for this rocket to fall in the ocean, the engine must be weaker than they thought. Otherwise, the rocket will reach space. If there is a dome there, it will hit it because it's designed to do so, to reach the height. So someone must change the instrument there, and all the people that track this thing somehow doesn't see it fall. Their instrument is faulty too. Someone hacked them. How does exactly work? Who are those that actually know? Because I don't think Trump went and changed anything for anyone. So who are those people at the top?
Yeah, I used to ask myself that question even when I was a flat earther. I thought that's the way it works. There's somebody in the top, maybe 2 or 3 people, a handful of people, in 2 or 3 in every space agencies. Those are the top of the food chain. They say like, dude, we getting these people, and we got this expert in computer just in a special room, just manipulating what the people downstairs see, the people underneath them. Beep. When they point this and when they send this message, they're gonna receive a beep, a relay, and this set of data and this set of longitude and latitudes, and we're gonna feed them from up here. I used to think that, but the more I thought that that's the way it worked, it's so like it's so weird, strange, impossible, and like comic. It's comical in a way. Like just to think that that could be a reality in the reality that we live in.
I think one of the issues, though, Jose, is almost every single person on this panel would be able to gather at least one bit of controversial evidence quite easily, and Blue probably 20 pieces of controversial evidence if the Earth were flat. There are people on this panel that will be able to at least bring their own expertise and say, aha, this doesn't work, which it should work this way on a big rotating planet, and this is not the case. And it would be so easy, but all you've got is flat earthers with no scientific background whatsoever, and most of them with little education, buying shitty cameras that they can't focus correctly and they don't even know what aperture is, going out and saying, hey look, I took a photo and it's really blurry and it's a flickery mess. Well done, lads. Well done.
Well, nothing in my job will actually work on a flat Earth.
No, it wouldn't.
There's one ironic observation that I want to make. Even though all of this sounds so out there, so complicated, it's not as complicated as you think. But hold on, hear me out. It's not as complicated as you think. It's just a person in top that is just manipulating everybody and everything underneath them, and they're just laughing at you. It's not as hard as you think it could be. It's just very easy. Now, ask me to explain to you why don't we have a full visual of the Earth and the layout of the continents and a solid explanation for gravity and how certain things work, because it's a lot more complicated than you think. See the irony there? That's most of the flat earthers. It's not as hard as you think. It's just so easy. It's just people in the top just puppeteering everybody. But to explain you certain things, it's not as easy as you think. You need a brain in order to understand that. What do you think about that?
Jose, now just a really good example of that is when I said to someone, I did say to a flat earther, look, these were my words, and I wasn't allowed to finish a sentence either, which is a big telltale sign of someone getting panicky. Look, if you evaluate and understand how, like Galileo or any positioning satellite network like GPS works, you would be able to then be armed. And then I got stopped, and a flat earther says, it's just a signal. It's just radio signals, mate. That's all it is, radio signals. And I'm there like, well, okay, yes, but in order to get that radio signal and then figure out your location, it's just radio signals. That's all it is, radio signals. Now, that should tell you something about the mentality of a flat earther, saying that they can find their position on a flat earth with the simple sentence, it's just radio signals. What a delusional asshole that person particularly was. It was funny.
Yeah, well, you just need some radio signals is all, Stingray. That's all.
Just
find any old radio signal, and obviously you can figure out where you are. It's crazy. I would have uncovered the mystery and found the conspiracy at the ripe old age of 17, and I'll tell you why. A friend of mine, his father was an amateur radio operator, and is part of a science project that my buddy was doing. His dad helped him build a receiver and a device that could print out, that could actually make an image of the pictures that were being sent back from weather satellites. Now, in 1967, we didn't have geostationary satellites. We had orbiting low Earth orbit satellites. And in order to receive one of these things, you had to be very precise with aiming your antenna. And if the antenna wasn't aimed at that satellite when it passed overhead, you weren't going to pick it up. It just wouldn't work. It took a high gain directional sort of antenna to do that. So, one of two things would have happened. we would have built all of that and gone out and set the antenna up and waited patiently for a satellite that didn't exist, right? In which case we would never have received a signal. So one of two things has to be true. Either the satellite's not up there or there's something wrong with our equipment. The problem was, not a problem. The good news was it was up there and we could track it. And I was the guy standing out there looking at the signal strength meter and positioning that damn antenna, following the path of the satellite as it went screaming, tearing ass overhead. And meanwhile, my buddy was downstairs with his facsimile sort of machine, making a photograph of the weather picture. And we did that over and over and over again. And it was very predictable. We had the information from NASA that said, this is when the satellite will be passing over. And we could count on it. I mean, to the second, you could see that damn thing appear over the horizon. So this is in 1967. I would have figured out pretty quick something was wrong if that damn thing wasn't up there.
Yeah.
I want a quick interruption to now talk normally, like the way it should be. I went to the volume on my main computer, and my volume was a ridiculous 200% up. I don't know how the hell that happened. That's why probably was sounding so scratchy, so loud. So hopefully somebody can listen on YouTube after Blue have spoken, me speaking in my normal, loud, annoying voice, and let me know how the levels are. Might be a little bit of a background noise, but not that, if not just my voice. And then whoever speaks after me, you can compare three people, the Blue sound, my sound, and the person coming behind it, and see if the levels are normal now. So thank you. And if you haven't hit the like, do it now. And I haven't getting any money today, so I don't think so. I haven't checked on my PayPal. I'm gonna check it out. But if you guys can check out the links on the PayPal, hit me up, or Super Chat, hit me up. Thank you.
Just to add to what Blue said, so you've got something like SpaceX that launched their data satellites, and you've got 50 of them that all fly over at once, and you can look up at them and actually see the light bouncing off these things as they tear at it through the sky.
Yep.
Not only that, Starlink for internet has now got 400,000 users, yours truly at his office being one of them. Now, in order for me to deny satellites, I would have to also not understand what a parabolic fucking dish is. The amount of knowledge that I'd have to retard out of myself would be a stupid amount. And even with common sense, even if I didn't know what a radio signal was, even if I didn't know how a parabolic dish focuses it onto an LMB receiver, if I knew none of that shit, I could still just put something in front of the dish and realize, oh, it's coming from that direction and it's moving quick because I can see the dish tracking it. And just so that everybody knows as well, at over 50% of the United States uses satellite TV. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, because I bet half these idiots over here in the UK have got Sky. Yeah, I bet the vast majority of them have got satellite TV. And not once have they sort of, thought to themselves, where is that dish pointing and why is it always pointing at the same place? If it's all on balloons, why isn't the dish moving to keep a lock on something? And I bet they use GPS as well on their phones and sat navs and Christ knows what else.
Hell, everybody uses GPS.
Yeah, but it's not coming from satellites because it's just radio signals.
What is this argument that I heard a few days ago? I think I was listening on YouTube, the Discord server or something, and somebody was saying all the communications are done underwater, underground, or some shit like that. But then when they were asked to provide evidence, they provide evidence that all the communications are done continent to continent via underwater. They couldn't back up their claim. I mean, it was just a certain percent, a 90% or 95% or something like that. They said like, whoa, what your claim was? all of the communication. It's like, yeah, but 95%. It's like you can think of it as all of it, right? What a bunch of bullshit. They cannot back up their own claim.
Yeah, I mean they're right. An awful lot of the internet is done by the submarine cables from continent to continent and everything else, but not everything. It's not all done by buried cables.
And just actually, here's a real world example. So we've got an office in Sydney, Australia. We also deal with outsourcing companies in Manila. Now, when sending large amounts of data, if I do it from home, and I've got fiber to my premises, if I do it from home, I have huge latency to Sydney, absolutely astronomical, and a lot of latency to Manila. Sydney doesn't have a lot of latency to Manila, and both of those don't have a lot of latency to the United States. Now, if I do it from my office with Starlink, I get a lot less latency because it actually goes more direct. And the reason for that is for me to get data from myself to Sydney, it goes to America first, which is, well, I know a terrible saying, but it goes all the way to America and then to Sydney. And if I want to go to Manila, it goes all the way to America and then to Manila. But with Starlink, it's almost, well, it's not instantaneous, but it's about, I don't know, let's say 1/10 of the latency.
So you're one of those a-holes that uses Starlink even though he has fiber?
No, I've got fiber to the premises at home. My office had a leased line which was crap, and now it's got VDSL backup and Starlink as a primary thing.
So a quick one, because I really had to step out for a minute. A quick summary. When one person made the argument that all the communication is made underground, underwater cables, that is false, right? Because not all of it can be done like it is done like that, right?
Very, like Farmer said, a very high amount is, but I would hazard a guess that now that there's actually about 4 or 5 big satellite internet operators, and one of them has been doing internet for like 4 or 5 years in the States, and they only use 2 satellites as well, which is quite amazing. So no, not all of it is, and you can personally verify this by taking out a 1-month subscription.
Right, and then when then you want to ask him, so let's talk about the small percentage that is not underwater. Let's talk about that 5%. What can they say? Well, have to be those satellites, maybe some kind of a drone or some kind of technology bouncing the signals of the ionosphere. I think that's their answer, right? It could be this, it could be that, maybe this, and maybe that.
Yeah, unfortunately, in saying Satelloon, they just don't understand how positioning satellites work, how communication satellites work, or again, what a parabolic dish is, and why it's important to either have a known trajectory or fixed fucking target. Otherwise, it's useless. And you could explain this to a 6-year-old child. I nearly said 5, but let me give Flat Earthers some credit. A 6-year-old child, you could actually explain this to. It's so simple.
Jose, I just want to correct you. You misspoke. It's ionosphere, not ionosphere.
Ioniplane, yeah, the ionoplane. Sorry about that, fellow flatties. One word can you can dismiss a whole argument because I've said a false word, word that it shouldn't be.
Well, a lot of people in the U.S. use DirecTV, right? Satellite. And the funny thing is, if you take the azimuth and altitude angle from satellite dishes in different parts of the country and see what they're aimed at, they're all aimed at one spot over the equator. How could that be?
Wait a minute. Very importantly, on a sphere.
Yes.
It's not flat Earth. They're aimed all over the fucking shop.
Oh, yeah. Well, nothing ever crosses on a flat Earth. But you map it on a globe, and you will get an intersection point that is over the equator. How do those sneaky settling bastards do that? I wonder.
What is the sum of the angles in this triangle? Your antenna, satellite, equator?
Oh, the sum of those angles?
Mm-hmm.
Something more than 180. I don't know.
Wait a minute, guys. Jose, can we just entertain something really quickly? I got everybody on the panel. Let's say you didn't know. Well, no, let's say you highly suspected that the Earth was flat. And you needed to do one thing. But you could only do one thing, and it needs to be the most convincing singular activity that you can do to definitively prove that the Earth is flat. What would it be? And I'll go first because I want to claim this one. I would take the live, continuous, multi-camera ISS and the video footage from it. I would go outside at in various different locations, sometimes high altitude on mountains, sometimes just low-lying land, and get cloudscapes from the ground and from high up and show that they do not match the ISS real-time footage when they fly over. I mean, obviously, I'd be scuppered with the real-time events like the Tonga explosion and things like that. But let's say they didn't happen. That's what I would do.
Yeah, that is good. That is good. Now, I would, as a fellow flat earther trying to prove this and show the world, I will find 100 people or more, right, with pointy green lasers going an afternoon in a dusk or dawn, right? And then we go every 3 miles away from each other, every 3 miles away from each other, over a body of water or something, over an ocean, and link a bunch of boats and fishing ships and stuff like that. And then I point at you with the laser, boop, and then you point at the next person, boop, you point at the next person. If I can point my laser at you, you can see my laser. You can point at the next person, and the person can see your laser, etc., 100 times. There you go. The Earth is flat. How about that?
I'm not going to respond to that because that's just a little bit weird.
It's a test, physical test. Yeah, it's good.
I'd get a camera with a solar filter, and I would film the sun quite clearly moving away instead of sitting down beyond the horizon, because one of the greatest flat earthers personally told me that's what it does. It just goes away. So I'd film that because obviously that's what it does. There you go. I've just debunked the globe Earth, because the sun doesn't set; it just goes away.
All right, I can just record a boat going over the horizon, and then bring with my cell phone camera, and then bring 50 times zoom camera, an old camera, and then bring the P900, then bring the P1000. And every time that I'm zooming in with the P1000 and the boat is just disappearing from the bottom up, I pull the big telescope and I zoom in back in, and all the bottom will come back up. There you go. Is that easier, Stingray?
Yeah, I'd accept that. I'm going to add another one as well. I would get all my flat Earth buddies or globe skeptics to simultaneously take a photo of the moon at the same point in time. So it would all have to be approximately the same. We would have to sight the moon, but at different latitudes, and all at the same moment in time, not the same time because we might be in different time zones, but all synchronized, and show that we don't get orientations that purport to a sphere, and we get different orientations which we would expect on a close moon. There you go.
Oh, Tiny, you got it, man. You just say it.
Yeah, I think I would just zoom into the mainland on the south from the island I live on and see the whole harbor with a very left towards my island, but somehow I can't.
Blue, what kind of silliness can you do to, let's say, this thought experiment that we're doing here?
Well, I think what I would do is, since we know on a flat Earth, we know that the GP of a celestial body and ourselves and that body will form a right triangle. We know that. They tell us that. So since it's a right triangle, it makes it really easy to figure things out with trigonometry. So what I'd do is I would station a number of observers all along the same line of longitude at different latitudes and have them all measure the angle to a given celestial body at exactly the same time, like Stingray was talking about. And then I would prove quite easily that that object has to be whatever height it is above the Earth, and it would be consistent for every measurement we made. It would be easy to show it. That's what I'd do.
Oh, just since we were talking about it as well, I'd prove that I'd build a radio inhibiting cage to invalidate both satellite internet and GPS, because it's obviously just radio signals. So if I inhibit any radio signals laterally and only have a small cone that they can come through vertically, I'm not going to receive anything. So there you go.
A few people that haven't attempted to say something. Larry, you must have a good idea for this, man. About 44 or Nestle wipes. Good test or experiment. The first thing that you would do. What was the way that you phrase your hypothesis? Your hypothetical here, Stingray.
No, it's just basically given our own expertise and knowledge, how if we highly suspected that the Earth were flat, what could we personally do to bring very strong evidence that the Earth is flat? What would be our top go-to kind of observation, recording, or experiment?
You got it, Chike? You got it?
Not really.
It shouldn't be too hard. It should be self-explanatory. But in order to be self-explained, you must tell us what you would do, right?
Well, what I would do is sit on YouTube every day and argue the same nonsense I argued yesterday, which was false then, is false now. But if you repeat the nonsense enough times, people will believe you. Especially people that don't know shit what you're talking about.
The sign of a true flat earther. Well done, Shikey. You got it. You don't actually have to do anything, do you?
Right. I was actually referring to Bev.
Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Well, I think it's a good way to do, right? If I was that, I will just gather. I don't know if I could just go and take over here the office, the mayor's office, and me becoming the mayor of Florida, and that way I can holler at the news. I say, like, everybody come here. I'm gonna do a press conference and announce to the world that the Earth is flat, space is fake, and we're gonna teach you the new curriculum in school and all the good stuff. So everybody, all the flat earthers in different states, different parts of the world, not just United States, but the whole Americas, and then the old world and everybody. We just take over offices. We just make that the first step, make the announcement, and then start just in the new curriculums of school and teaching people the right way. Is that a good one?
That's great. You know how many times I asked flat earthers what would be the curriculum? Can you fill more than not 1 hour, not 45 5 minutes, more than 10 minutes in flat earth teaching? Well, you said flat earth. What's next now?
Do you guys
You're
think I
done.
could be a? Do you guys think I could be a good governor of Florida?
No.
But I got a good face and a good smile for television, man.
Oh, well, then be an underwear model or something then, but not a governor of Florida now.
Ouch! Damn.
Be an underwear model. Oh, dear.
Smiley face model. I don't know. I don't know what
Yeah,
it is.
yeah. I need to burn some fat in my belly before the underwear thing, you know. Face.
Modeling underwear for real people.
Yeah. Every life matter model new commercial. Every lives matter. Every lives matter.
Oh, I've thought of another really good one. I'd rent one of those particle receivers. I don't know what wavelength they're receiving, but where the Japanese science lab took a photo. Yeah, I think they took it over the course of it might have been a week, might be longer. But they took a photo of the sun through the Earth, pointed directly down. I would construct something that could receive that kind of wavelength on those exotic particles and certainly read and detect them. And I would point it down and say, hey, look, there's no sun at the other side of the flat Earth.
I also have another one. I would prove that if I go down south, meter is longer than more north.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, how you prove that?
Shake. I just want you to be serious, man. What
Yeah,
will you change? Go ahead, man.
I'm trying to understand. If you take the meter from north to south, becomes shorter. What you compare it to?
Well, if you take a measurement stick from the north, which is built in the north, and you take it more south in the planet, south of the equator, and place it next to a meter that is made there, then one must be longer than the other one.
And they make longer meters?
Well, a meter must be longer if you look at their map.
I see.
What about two sticks? Two sticks, like parallel to each other.
But there must be a vertical meter and horizontal meter because those are different.
Okay. Yeah, I got two vertical parallel meter sticks over here. Great.
Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, no. So that's a possible one as well. I just so I would prove that there's no way that the moon or the sun can go below the top of a building, a tall building. So I'd find two very tall buildings, and then what I'd do is I'd go to the tallest one and go down to the level of the less tall one, so that I'm pretty much looking straight across, and then just maybe a few feet further further up, so that I'm actually looking a little bit down. And then I'd photograph the sun and the moon not being able to go below that line, knowing that I'm looking slightly down or at least parallel to the ground. And that would prove that the Earth, well, that would prove that the Earth isn't a globe.
That's a good one. Well, the sun and the moon will never ever go under that one horizon line.
Now, not just the horizon, the building. It wouldn't otherwise, if you're at the same level as a building, you're looking across its roof, and the sun goes
That's true. Yeah.
A good one for you, Jose. What are you guys talking about?
We're talking about if just the Earth is just flat, it just is. What can we bring like to the world just to present like, hey, you know what? This is how you know the Earth is flat. This is what we got. do this, or I can do this for you, and you can do this for them. What can you propose?
You could. Here's a good one. If the Earth was flat, you would never see airplanes fly out of the water.
Oh yeah.
Airplanes don't fly out of the water unless they are planes that land on the water with those big fluffy legs.
Yeah, you'd never see a commercial airliner fly out of the water.
Yeah, you never see that. Welcome to flat Earth.
Yeah. By the way, I actually have that footage
Mm.
that I've been trying to get.
If the Earth was a globe, long-legged ladies like this one on screen wouldn't exist. There's this long-legged lady on screen, therefore Earth cannot be a globe. I lost my mojo there. We're just into fallacies now, into the stalling fallacies. But I think the one thing that I would do, Stingray, is plan a trip to Antarctica, finding opening into Antarctica, because there are some parts sticking out where the Murdoch is like protuberant outside. But if you keep going to the shore of Antarctica, there's places deeper that you can go in a boat deeper inside in the water. If you go through those deeper areas into Antarctica, that you are from the shore closer to the actual supposed center of the globe, right, to the center of the pole. If you keep going that way and you just break the ice, you keep going that direction, you will find opening to other worlds, other lands, other outworldly, things that they might even defy the laws of physics that we understand. I think there's a possibility. Keep going Antarctica, going inside, and then we should find those lands. And when we find those, that's the proof that you need for the flat Earth.
Wait, there's no dome there that separates us from them?
There's no dome there in Antarctica. No, there are lands beyond and other worlds. And if you don't believe me, well, we just gotta go there and see it for ourselves. So I, Jose Gonzalez, the new governor of Florida, will make will create a committee. We'll make a group of people that we're gonna just go make a trip to Antarctica and go further than anybody have ever gone before. Thank you very much. Can YouTube can the governor strike me and copyright strike me and say that I'm fake news because I'm saying I'm the governor? Can YouTube silence me for that?
Only one way to find out.
Yeah, if these festivities are up still tomorrow, we good.
I think YouTube can do anything they want to, right, Jose? Same with the government. They
YouTube can do
anything
anything they want. That's it.
Yeah.
And there's no arguing with YouTube. I cannot do whatever I want in YouTube, but YouTube can do whatever they want. It's their company, and I am working for them. I want to be in their company. I want YouTube to accompany me. They don't want me They don't want it. They don't want my company, but they accept it until they don't accept it. It's them. It's not me. I'm not calling the shots here. Shit. All right. I just want to do an exercise. I've been thinking. If I just go against, if I say the opposite, and I go against everything that one person say, that might make my arguments fact and your statements wrong. My statements correct and your statements incorrect. I just need to practice. I need somebody with patience because it's not that I'll be interrupting, but every phrase or sentence I need to speak because I need to say the opposite of whatever you're saying. And that way I'll have a I'll have a point to make. If you say too much, I will forget what you say and we wouldn't have an argument. So if at any point there's a conversation that kicks off in the next few minutes and I interrupt, just bear with me and play along. I'll give it a try. This thing great. Let's change topics for a second. In layman's terms, in just normal education, maybe somebody haven't been to school, haven't been highly educated, is not of a wealthy family. The education is not the first thing, right? For a person layman like me, can you tell me what gravity is from your own words, please? But take your time. Just take it easy. In a language that I can understand. I guess Stingray is out. Mojog man, you just got here.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Stingray.
Oh. Yeah, so gravity to me is the phenomenon of things falling, and when tested, it's apparently and confirmably mass dependent, and that is the only thing that I know. So it's the description of something falling, and it's got a rate. It's volume based, not surface based, like the flat earthers would have you believe. And it's mass dependent.
Mass depend. What is there something not non-mass dependent in the physical world?
I mean, the force is proportional to the mass, and this is something that you can confirm.
Right, magnetism, I would say, is not mass dependent. You can have a big ass magnet that's really weak, or I can have a weak ass magnet that's really strong. I'm sorry, little ass magnet is really strong.
It's a little shitty mic over there, Mojog man. I could barely understand what you say, man. Sorry. Can you just break that down again, but say it just just sentence at a time, Stingray. Let me try to understand it better.
Any better?
Yes, that sounded good.
Yeah, I just said that, what's not mass dependent? A magnet is not mass dependent. I can have a very strong magnet that has a lot of mass, or I can have a very weak magnet that has a lot of mass, or vice versa. I can change it around.
A magnet mass of the magnet, like the actual magnet is mass.
Well, for lack of a better term, the weight, the amount of stuff that makes up the magnet. So magnetism is not mass dependent.
But magnetism, the actual magnetism, what is exceeding the magnet until it reaches the item, that magnetism, that thing that is happening, that doesn't have any mass, right?
No, not that I know of. I know I can't stop it, touch it, do anything with it.
Can I?
Oh, robot.
Can magnetism exist without mass? Can
robot
magnetism exist without mass?
Without mass is the only thing we're
Oh,
getting. That's really bad signal, bro.
can,
Sorry.
am I roboting still?
Try now. Try now.
Can magnetism exist without mass?
I say yes, but there will be nothing for the magnets to attract, for the magnetism to function on.
I think it might always have its
So it is
origins in
mass
mass.
dependent.
No, because the
Everything's mass
magnetism is
dependent.
there. Magnetism is there. It's just don't gonna have a function if it got no mass to move or attract. But it is there. Magnetism exists there.
It wouldn't exist if there wasn't no mass there. That's my point. Magnetism exists if there's no mass.
Robot. But it's like electricity. If I just open this cable, if I just plug this cable in this end and I cut the tip and I touch the both ends and I leave the room, is there electricity flowing in there? Yes, there's electricity flowing there. It doesn't mean, I mean, if I touch it, if I touch the tip of that thing, it's gonna electrocute me. It's gonna boom, shut me down probably. But if I leave the room and there's nobody there, there's nothing for the electricity to touch. It's not gonna electrocute anything, but there's electricity there. The magnetism is there. If you throw a magnet in an empty room, it is magnetism going on there, but there's nothing for the magnetism to work on. There's nothing to attract. I mean, please correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay, am I still roboting?
No, it sounded solid.
I was trying to say that magnetism would not exist if there was no mass. If there's no mass, there's no magnetism in anything.
Well, the mass
Does
that
that make sense?
the magnet is made of.
Exactly.
Well,
There's
okay.
mass there, so
So there's no
magnetism
magnet. Yeah.
requires mass.
Yeah, I think magnetism usually has its root in mass somewhere. But I could say that, yeah, if we wanted to go back to Big Bang time, there might have been magnetism then. I don't know, before there was mass. I have no idea. That's getting into real theoretical crap.
Lining. Does lining have mass? And is it magnetic? A lining from the sky.
Lightning has its origins in charged particles.
No mass needed, or you have to have this chemical reaction happening with the clouds and this water, vapors and stuff going on over there. That's the mass, right? The water, the clouds, and all this stuff. That's the mass that you need to create that lining. But is there magnetism in it? I don't know. I don't think so. Just looking at my notes over here and see if we can find the answer to that.
I'm pretty sure any electrical field has magnetism in one way or one shape or form.
I think Reishi 5.0 can clarify all these questions that we have over here. So Reishi, please click and join over here on Discord. So Moyok say that you must, in order to have magnetism, there cannot be mass.
No, I didn't really say that.
And that's what 44 say. You cannot have mass in order to have magnetism. And you cannot have magnetism with mass, right?
No, you got it backwards. I said you can't have magnetism without
You
mass.
cannot have magnetism with mass. Okay.
No, without. There
With.
has to be mass. There has to be mass in order for you to
Cannot
have
be
any
mass
magnetism
in
whatsoever.
order for you to have magnetism. It cannot be mass in order for you to have magnetism. Got it. Oh man, it's so fucking annoying. Just saying whatever the opposite of what you say, man. It's so annoying. And I know it. Reishi is thinking. Reishi is thinking what the answer would be. Chat to Reishi 50. Boom. Anybody gonna give me a super chat today? In YouTube land? Come on, guys. You guys are rich, all of you. No, there's 50% of the people that is watching that have lots of money, and I have no money. So please share some of your wealth with me and give me some money. Via PayPal would be good, but if not, super chat, I'll take it. So gravity on Earth, not the Einsteinian gravity. Gravity is mass do not attract mass. Thank you very much. Please correct me if I'm wrong. When mass do not attract mass, that is gravity. Welcome to the globe Earth when there's no curvature whatsoever. Welcome to the globe Earth. Globe Earth, long distance observations where things never disappear from the bottom up. Welcome to the globe. I am absolutely fucking capable of logical arguments. I am the only capable person of logical arguments in this panel right now. Uh-oh, we're getting bots in the YouTube chat box. Thank you for hiding it. Thank you. We don't see bots too often over here. Uh-oh, somebody put a bad link. Somebody put a bad link in the Daily Boom on Sensor. Please, Tusk, you gotta delete that, bro. It has a forbidden topic in the title. Forbidden topic in the title. Please delete that. That goes in a different room, not on the Daily Boom uncensored. I'm giving Tusk the 30 seconds so he can go ahead and change it. Alright, I'm gonna open a clip that I got here. I'm gonna attempt. Hold on. I'm gonna mute it. I'm gonna get it. Options, repeat. I'm gonna go back. And we have a clip over here shared by Earth is Live. If you're already watching my screen share, you don't have to do anything. The screen will change automatically when I click in here. And now when I hit play to this clip, shared by Earth is Live. Tell us about it, man. 32 seconds. Oh, he's not here. Earth is Live. damn it. What's going on in here?
Back up and play that again.
It is in the loop.
Right.
Is it gonna
Okay, it'll loop around. What you're looking for, that's an airplane taking off. You see the tail of it there on the left side of the screen? There he goes. Where'd that airplane come from?
Atlantis.
Maybe it was in the waves.
Right, you know,
Yeah,
the waves.
I think it's Atlantis Airport.
Yeah, right over here in this neighborhood, ladies and gentlemen, where my mouth is. Look what's gonna happen over here in this corner on the video right here. Okay, here we go.
That's Atlantis Airport.
There you go.
Oh, what's going on here?
Is that flying towards the buildings?
Yeah.
Weird.
Well, if you see where he is and where that runway is, it's quite a distance on to the buildings there.
Yeah, I was gonna say there seems to be a lot of missing land there.
Mm. No, there's plenty of room.
The hell is that? A submarine plane? Is that a technology that we don't know or unaware of?
I've seen
You
this
like that,
on,
right, Jose?
I've seen the
There he
X-Men
is.
like that.
Yeah,
You go.
man. Yeah, I'm sharing that. It's on a loop on YouTube.
Hold on, I gotta wait a second. I gotta drop and rejoin again. Give me a second.
We have seen cars and vans and military vehicles that just driving to the water. It's like, oh no, you're gonna go to the lake, and then you look, and it becomes a boat and it floats around. Sometimes it becomes a submarine. What is that? Tell me, it can also become a plane from being a submarine.
Yeah, so I did this the other day. I went there twice. And for a while ago, they never used that runway, and I was like, man, I would love to get a shot of an airplane coming out of there. And then I was checking FlightAware, well, not FlightAware, Flight Radar, and I noticed that they were using it. And I was like, let me run over there real quick and see if I can catch this. And sure enough, I went over there and looked on the radar and waited for one of the planes to go there, and just waited. And then here it came right out of the water. Actually got 3 of them.
I only see the one, liar.
Yeah. Well, I just posted this one, but I have 2 other ones
Sure.
because I couldn't post all of them. Oh, I do. Oh, I do.
I think that it could be a submarine, big submarine with the airplane inside it. And then as the submarine was just popping up, the airplane was flying out.
Yeah,
Could it
could
be?
be. Could be.
I just
It'd have to be a
posted a picture
2.
of it.
It would have to be a 2-mile long submarine.
It could be as big as you want it to be. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Sorry.
I just posted a picture of an old submarine aircraft carrier.
There you go. Yeah, there you go.
It could be. Yeah, I'm working on a video with this footage. Not sure if I just want to just post it or actually go through the trouble of making a full video with the footage. But I mean,
About
how do you
this
explain this
plane
on Flat Earth?
with the plane, people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With
you
this
should
one,
make
and
a
I
video. Yeah, you should make a
have
video,
2
bro.
other ones. I was
So
trying to at the same time I was recording the screen from flight radar 24, but the it you know how you put your phone down and it flips the screen. It did
yeah,
that, and it just
uh,
messed up the screen record. So I might just do. I'm
right.
gonna do it like as best I can.
Yeah, but you should do a video clip. It reaches a bigger audience and it's easier to share around.
Yeah,
Yeah, do it short and
and
sweet. There's an argument to be made if you just presented whatever way you want, and then you say, "Well, right, well, let's look over here. What is going on? And we got a plane coming out of the water, or is it a hidden technology? Is it a new tech, or is it perspective? And could it be because the Earth is flat and we got whatever it is? Just I don't know,
yeah,
make a fun dynamic, man.
yeah.
I don't have skills to
But
make videos,
this is just
presentations
one of
like
those things. The globe Earth just keeps on giving. It's just easy.
I think the title for it should be "Welcome to the Atlantean Airport."
Yeah, just make it the title what it is. Airplane coming, from under the water. Underwater plane? Airplane? Like a question mark or something.
I think I might use
Something
that.
like that. Yeah, yeah. Underwater airplane caught on video.
I would love to hear some of the responses from flat earthers if
Obviously,
if
it's
any of
coming.
them actually watch.
Well, it's coming from the ether bend zones. It's pretty obvious.
Yeah, it's angularly compressed, as Gary would say.
First thing they'll talk about are all the waves.
Yeah, the
Single
waves
wave.
are covering it.
Yeah.
Shoaling.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
a
that
pretty
is
big
some
wave.
massive skills to fly this that low for the waves to plug this plane, man.
Yeah.
Those
It
really.
wasn't easy because I wasn't even using a tripod. My tripod broke, so I'm just kind of holding my camera. And I think this one's from my phone. I have one from my phone, and the other one I was using my P900.
Yeah, but really cool, man, that you got that. Really cool.
Yeah, appreciate it.
You live
So
where you live is such a cool location to have buildings across a body of water like that, and all kinds of goodies like airports and shit like that. Really cool.
yeah, you know what's crazy? There's a guy that goes into Geo's server, and he actually lives here in Hawaii. Well, he's a flat earther. And I'm like, dude, you can literally go to the same locations I go to and get the same exact footage I do. But you won't do that, will you? Of course not.
It seems like your ether band is unusual down there. Like it seems to be less pronounced than up at the Chesapeake Bay. Could that be something to do with the air temperature being the same as the water temperature?
Yeah, I think so.
No, no. Really nice, man. Yeah. What about
Yeah,
me?
I was having a conversation this morning with Witsit about flights. That was fun. The only his only argument against this is that I can't verify the distance or the speed of the aircraft. I can't verify the distance between the airports, and I can't verify the speed. That's the only argument.
You can verify the speed of the airplane at least to a certain extent,
Yeah,
like its rate of climb and stuff like that. That's a physics problem.
I mean, you could get a rough estimate of the speed just by the distance and the time. You don't even have to know the exact speed. You can get the average speed.
Yeah, but since it's flying away from you, it's hard to get the distance over time.
Yeah, but I mean, we know the distance between the airports, though. Like, that's not a mystery. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
that, yeah.
But that's their argument. Like, I can't personally verify the distance.
Well,
That's what Jeremy was saying.
I've
That
said that you can verify the distances to all places on Earth ever since the Tonga volcano.
exactly.
Continents and all the distances purported on the globe actually do work.
So I really like to. I want to try and have another conversation with him without getting interrupted by everyone else trying to white knight for him, and, and
Why
him
not? Why not?
claiming him him claiming that he was destroying me. That was fun.
What is exciting talking to these more recognized flat earthers than from YouTube? What is the exciting part about it?
I think it's just I don't know. I think it's just they make claims about things, and it's it's easily shown that their claims are incorrect or they're lying about what they're talking about. And I just, sometimes it's just fun to just expose them.
Is it not that easy sometimes?
No, it's not. No, sometimes you kind of have to know what you're talking about. So.
Is that why I find it that
Oh,
it's
look.
not too easy for me to just prove them wrong, even though I understand what they're saying, that is just wrong. It's either
Yeah.
a broken question, but I cannot argue with them because I can just not put the words together.
Yeah. Sometimes you know what you're talking about. It's kind of hard to formulate in words.
I see that blue microphone is on. Before you give it a try, Blue, we got a first super chat today. The super chat works, I guess. Sean Smith for $5. Hey, does this thing work? This $5 go towards the new tripod for Earth is Life. Like and subscribe. Look at that. Look at that. People want you to get a good tripod, bro. Oh shit.
Yeah.
The train, Tommy Grumble with 100 Nokias. Thank you, Tommy. Big time, brother. Okay, then, but only if you say, go make a drawing, Gary. Gary, go make a drawing for Tommy Grumble. What are you waiting for, man? Thank you very much, Tommy. Appreciate that. And Tusk came through with a £5 super chat saying this isn't a super chat, it's an adequate one. Damn it, I couldn't say that. This isn't a super chat, it's an adequate one. And I think that was the wrong spell, right? Wrong pronunciation.
Adequate?
Adequate. It's an adequate one. There you go. Thank you very much. Blue, thoughts on what is the there's a word. What is the rush about talking to flat earthers? Not rush. What's the appealing on it?
Well, you mean talking to somebody like Whitsitt or?
Yes, is it Jen and
or
Bob? Oakley, QE, recognized flat earther.
nothing for me. I don't care. I'm not impressed by any of them. I would just as soon talk to any of you guys. A lot more. I would much rather talk to you guys, but I don't care. Any flat earther will do, if they just want to talk about that stuff. But I don't really care about the notoriety of a clown like Whitsitt. Who cares? The guy's got nothing. You can debunk him in a heartbeat. He never gets anything right.
Yeah. If anybody was watching Sean Hawkins yesterday, he was going over something that Witsit, some kind of meme that Witsit had brought, and then they went over the meme, and then it was, I don't know, I think it was like he was looking at the wrong mountain, or he was claiming something about a mountain, but it was completely wrong, and he wouldn't admit that he was wrong about it. It was hilarious.
I really do find it more satisfying and exciting to talk to somebody like Brian Leakey or Lemon Bird than talking to somebody like, I don't know, QE or Jeran or Dirt or somebody like that. I find it more exciting because I will be able to have more of a actual back-to-back conversation, and not a, I don't know, just rant of memes and denial.
I think we could probably have a conversation with Dearth. I think seems like a reasonable guy.
You say Dirt?
Yeah, DITRH.
No, Dirt's better.
No, he's not. I don't know. From what I've seen, I don't know. I could be wrong.
He just gonna go through his script, and he does his script, and in between the script, whenever he's off the script and he says something that is not in his script, he just go on denial mode. He doesn't answer the question directly. He just say, "Well, if you believe this, is something you can believe whatever you want. It's a joke. I just
Yeah.
don't want to
Yeah,
believe
but
it
you
because of
can.
that." He's also in denial mode.
But you can have a conversation with him without, like, maybe the ad homs and the disrespect. So I mean, of course he's gonna deny things, but it's gonna be a cordial conversation. You know what I mean?
Oh well, I have heard him, and when I think when one thing that he's having a cordial conversation because he's any f bombs and calling each other names, he's doing this smarmy, slimy, colorful commentary in between, like, oh well, the globe zealots or the religious, the religion of the globe, and he just throw this little colorful commenting that I think personally it annoys me more than if he called me a fucktard on my face.
Oh, okay. Hmm. Well, like I
And
said, I've
anybody
never
knows,
had a conversation with him,
yeah.
so I don't know.
Anybody notice that what when David Wise does, some of them that they're polite, but they do that, and they do the colorful commenting in between, just calling this not derogatory terms, but this, I find it offensive terms, whenever they talk about the globe, like if it's, I don't know, a joke or something.
Left brains.
Hey,
But I would be so fucking happy to give the floor to a person like David Wise if they want to talk to, and if you're here or anybody is here, they want to talk to him like a one-on-one. I'll be happy to do that. Not a debate, a conversation, a back and forth, exchanging ideas. It's good.
nah, he's an idiot. He lies. He's full of shit.
He did it once. Once he came in, and he was here for
I
like
know.
an hour and a
I
half,
know.
and
I asked him to
lost
explain
in
the
my old
sunset.
channel. Yeah.
Yeah, I asked him to explain the sunset, and he said the sun just goes away, and it's like, well, no, it fucking doesn't. What are you talking about? He's full of shit.
Don't we love that claim?
Oh, he's not a nice person. Look what he did to that poor old lady. Totally confused her. He's
Yeah, I thought
he's a piece of shit. He really is.
I saw a video recently where they somebody analyzed the old lady's what was it, her, like, her body language or something, and there was a part of the video where they didn't, that David didn't show, like a longer version of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I forget which channel I saw it on.
For the audience watching this live and recorded, if you want to see some of the images that I have, video clips that have been shared today on the stream on screen, you can find those on the Discord server daily. Boom, and a lot more, many more images that I'm not sharing. There's a lot of GIF, memes, and video clips and YouTube links that I'm not sharing everything. So if you guys want to see what goes down, join the Discord server daily. Boom, and you can see what we got going on here in the background. I think this is the one of these submarines with an airplane that comes out of it. I think that's what you were
Oh yeah,
showing.
and that's
Oh,
it. That's
those special sea-launched F-15s. Yeah, very clever.
A lot of people, I want to quote Chris Matt, aka Babs, aka Space Pope. He say, Witsit fans don't even know what Witsit is saying. They just like him because he talks fast and can string random words together as word salad and two p brain flurbs and two p brain flurbs that equals to intelligence. Yes.
Yeah, sounds very right.
yeah.
Agreed. True that. If I put,
I mean,
You've got to be truly gullible to think he makes any sense whatsoever.
let's say
it's just
Arwin.
funny. That,
Sorry, go ahead, Bibo.
no, you go. You good. I was gonna say nothing. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say a quick comment. Like
That's how
Arwin
the grift works, isn't it?
yeah, Arwin tried to be like that. Arwin have a lot of words, and he can string words together. A lot of those words are not even like real words. They're not in the dictionary. He adds stuff like mechanations and stuff like that. But if he adds a lot of words like that in between non-argument, then people say like, "Whoa, Arwin is so smart." I tell Arwin, just you're smart. Arwin is very smart because he got a big vocabulary. That's it. He doesn't have any arguments. He doesn't have any points, but he does have a big vocabulary, and I admire him for that because I cannot. I don't have that vocabulary, even though I've been practicing for over 15 years the English. I just haven't been able to learn to that level the vocabulary, the how many words
No,
they
they do particularly like using. They like using words that have dropped out of common usage. You don't often encounter the word machinations. It just doesn't crop up anymore. You have to go back to sort of, the 20s and the 30s literature and novels maybe to see that sort of thing. And that's really what a lot of them are doing. I think Bev does the same. They just dredge up old words and terms that nobody uses anymore, and they think it makes them sound clever.
Amen. Yeah.
It doesn't. Not to people who know what those words are and where they've come from and what they mean. It's just like, well, why did you bother saying that?
You mean words like superficies and
yes,
perpendicle?
Yes.
Stuff we quit saying about 100 years ago.
Correct. Not just the words that we don't use anymore, but also the way these words are used. It's like they've sat down and tried to find these, words and terms that have dropped out of use and think, oh, if I use that will make me sound clever. No, sorry, Buster, it doesn't work.
Well, what's hard for me is to just take notes. I'm just not good taking notes. But if I had taken notes, all these words and a lot of phrases that could sound smart, just phrases and sayings, all sayings and stuff. We could just have a list of words and just in between whatever I'm saying, I throw certain of those words. I'm gonna sound like a fucking genius, And with an accent, it'll be fucking impressive. Well, we had Newton, Einstein, now Reishi 5.0. The work is complete. Chat to Tommy Grumble. He threw that comment up there.
Here's a meme that Witz had posted earlier, and he asked me to address the meme. So I was like, okay, let me fix the meme for you. There we go. Now it's fixed.
Yeah, that's better.
Amen. Yeah, that is the key. That is the key right there. Big key. Left to right from the ground level. Yeah.
Our peripheral vision just isn't that bloody good to
That
see
is
it from left to
beautiful,
right.
man.
But obviously,
Actually,
because you're seeing over a greater distance directly in front
not
of you,
just
yes,
left to right.
you can see the effects of the curvature. You can see things
Ship
disappearing over the
disappear
horizon.
over the curvature is not the curvature, it's the effects of the curvature.
Yeah, that's good, man. This is the flat earthers meme that they ask the question, and they are. It is a broken statement. It is missing something. What is it missing? Yeah, left to right from the ground. Is that what you mean by curvature? Left to right? Yes, that's what you mean. And yes, chips disappear over Earth's curvature. That is a fact. First statement is a fact. It's just missing a little bit. Little bit. Good stuff, man.
Yep.
I bet he hated that, right?
No, he didn't respond. He just went
Yeah.
on to something else.
Of course.
Well, he just limps away when he shoots himself in the foot.
Yeah. Here's another one. I like this one's always changed. Let me just post it real quick. I got a phone call.
What I noticed actually the last few years actually is every time a flat earther actually got cornered, they say that the other guy is triggered.
You did this one, people. This is great. Oh, he's got a phone call. Look at this one.
Oh yeah,
How
that's
ironic. Yeah.
that's right. They say, oh, you're getting triggered. You're getting upset. You're getting angry, and it's like, no.
They be sweating the flat earthers when they say like, but the flights make more sense in a flatter map. And then right after that statement, they say, but remember, I don't subscribe to any map. Right in the same breath. Beautiful. Beautiful, man.
Yeah, all flights make more sense on a flat Earth map, except when they entirely don't. And there are many of those.
But they don't have a flat Earth map. None of them will admit to one.
But all the emergency stops.
Yeah.
You know those emergency stops?
I have one statement to make. And it is a memory from the top of the show today by truth nerds who say these very magical and truth words. Truth nerds earlier before the show went live, he say gamma 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 gamillion, bro. Thank you very much. I just wanted to say that. Go ahead, man.
Gamma bro, gamma bro gamma.
Sorry for hurting the flow of the show with that. I had to say it. Just came to my mind, man.
You had to get it out of your system.
I did what I must. Yeah.
Yeah.
What I had.
So the pile driver finally quit, Farmers?
Well, yeah, I think he packs up about sort of 4:30 in the afternoon, and it's now gone 8. So yeah, I strongly suspect that come about 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, ka-chunk, 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 all over again. I mean, he's been doing it all bloody week, so why should Friday be any different?
What are they building?
Well, as far as I know, it's just houses. I don't think there's any development along here that's anything other than houses at the moment. So Christ knows what he's doing. I might have to take a stroll over there tomorrow and sort of try and track down, because there's several building sites here, track down where the sound's coming from and just try and see what it actually is. But that's got to be pile driving. Got to be. But all bloody day, you know.
Maybe they're sticking some sheet pile in or something for a slope or whatever.
Could be.
Can mass expand and contract like the Earth? Some people say like, so does the Earth expands and contract? I say yes, right? What do you say?
Oh yeah.
Can Earth expand and also contract? Like grow and shrink.
Yeah, usually as a result of temperature change.
And lots of things, lots of material and items with mass expand and contract. That's a fact.
Pretty much everything.
Very nice, yeah. Just came to my mind. I said, like, yeah, mass. But when they say like, oh, well, so you say the Earth just expands and grows, or well, yeah, like technically yes. And also shrinks. I mean, examples, everybody, things that expand and contract.
Pipes.
No,
What?
that's a dangerous question.
And we're not talking about penises.
Yeah, let's get that out of the way straight off. Yeah.
Yeah, let's get the penises out of the way because that's the easy one,
Heating pipes, they expand and contract. Have to allow for that, especially when they're big ones.
Yeah, wood,
Hammers.
plywood.
Don't they have expansion vessels to prevent that?
No, the expansion vessel is there for the expansion of the water, not the pipework.
Oh, okay.
And that's why you have expansion vessels, particularly when you have what's today's modern sealed systems. Yes, because water, when you heat it up, it expands, and then when it cools, it contracts again. And that's what expansion vessels are for. You used to use just a tank, but tanks have been done away with pretty much now, and you have an expansion vessel. But the pipework itself expands and contracts, which means when you're doing large buildings with very long runs of heating pipe, you have to allow for that, and you have to put in loops, bellows, all sorts of things to allow it to expand and contract, because otherwise it will rip itself apart over time.
I tell you.
And
I
it
see
basically,
I see this gif and I think like a virgin. It's all that comes to my mind.
I thought we weren't talking about penises.
I'm not.
And then you
I'm
go
not.
put that in. Come on.
But I'm not. It's just a song that have nothing to do with it.
Yeah. But pipework, when it expands, it gets longer. It doesn't increase in diameter. It gets longer, and you have to allow for that. You have to let it move.
Isn't that why Elon Musk's amazing 500-mile vacuum pipe is such bullshit?
Yep, because that will do exactly the same thing, especially if it's outside and it's exposed to the outside temperatures. It will expand and contract, and you have to let it. You have to cater for that in some method, some way, shape, or form. And that's why it'd be very, very difficult to maintain a vacuum inside it. Even just a partial vacuum. If it was that easy, it would have been done already, because this isn't a new thing, is it?
Yeah, but if you believe Jason Family Man, then you can make a vacuum and can fill it up with water and still vacuum.
Yeah.
When I get in cold water, it shrinks.
What's that?
When I get in cold water, it shrinks.
It would do, yes.
I like this one.
That's fantastic, man. Yeah, great disguise.
What the ductwork? That is brilliant. That's just superb.
Wonder how long it took to get him out of there.
So you just wiggle, you know how to do it.
Oh, that stuff is one of the banes of my life. Oh, the duct and the grill don't really line up. Oh, we'll just put a bit of flexible duct to it. Yeah, and then when you turn the system on, it starts waggling all over the place. Yeah, try again, do it properly.
Yeah, I also went to school for electrician, house electrician, and I still do help sometimes some friends of mine, and I really hate the flexible pipelines.
Oh, sorry, humongous.
Farmers, you'll like what I'm doing at the moment. I'm actually putting what was it? A weird dimension actually. 207 by 60. Flat PVC pipe, and I'm routing it from my kitchen island before the floor goes down along the floor and out the wall.
Yeah. 07 by 60. That sounds like flat ducting, flat plastic ducting.
Yeah, no, it is, but I don't get why it's 207 when the next one up is like 260 and the one down from that is like 180. They make sense. What the hell is 207?
Is that external or internal?
Don't know. I just bought everything that was 207 elbow joint.
Yeah. That usually you use that as extract ductwork when you've got a very, very low ceiling void, and they're all sorts of special fittings to sort of put an extra fan in the kitchen, and then you have this really thin ductwork.
While you guys talk, can somebody post an image of that cloud? Oh, that there's a mountain, there's a cloud illuminated. That one really good. Shadow. There's a shadow. There's a cloud. There's a shadow. There's a mountain because the sun is like ready to.
Oh, is that the one of Mount Rainier or wherever?
Yeah, please. Anybody got the image? Yeah, just put it up. So I got a comment to read from Gary.
Oh, that'd be great.
Don't say the comment after we put the image up.
Trying to find the one you mean.
The pipe. There you go. Thank you.
Chai's got it. Good man, Chai.
Chai's got it. Good man. Okay, what do we have over here? I gotta scroll up just a little bit so I can read this comment by Gary. Gary say, and I quote, I'm actually gonna throw a screenshot for what Gary said in relation to this image. Gary say, I just want to share that, but I lost it. There you go. This is what Gary say. Shadow on top of clouds. When Gary see this image. How about that?
He wants to get his site checked then, I think.
No, it's a shadow projecting a mountain on the earth.
Oh, is that what it's... Oh, right, okay.
Funny thing is, we see the feature of the mountain, so we see the top of the mountain, but apparently it's above the clouds, and there's still a gap between the mountain and the shadow. I want Gary to explain this to me. How does he make it?
Is he really trying to say that the sun is above the clouds?
Well, it
Is
has
that what
to be.
he's trying to say?
On the flat Earth, it has to be.
And wouldn't there be no like a cloudy day? Wouldn't there be no shadow at all?
No, all that sun, according to Gary, if I remember correctly, is just coming through the clouds because sun can penetrate clouds. But for some reason, the sun then decides not to hit the ground anywhere because that would be bad. But it can make it through the clouds to create that illumination, but somehow then bends back on itself for some reason and says, nope, don't like the ground.
So that means on cloudy days we should still see sunlight.
That is, when I read that, this is what came to my mind. That means that this ceiling fan is in top of the ceiling. When if he say that the cloud, if he say that this cloud is in top of if this shadow is in top of the cloud, that means that this fan is in top of the ceiling. I don't know what kind of wizardry or magic is going on, because this ceiling fan is in the ceiling. You got to look up in order to see the fan. If you look from the top down, you're not going to see this fan. I mean, obviously. And I know it's transparent and it's not a good analogy, but just in order to understand, that's what he said. That this fan is in top of the ceiling. Is there such thing as the top of the ceiling? Is this fan in top of the ceiling?
Gary's not very smart.
Gary, no.
I didn't want to say that too loud or he might hear me.
Well, I
Yeah.
did try to make a model of this. I'll post it again.
What, a ceiling fan?
No, of this shadow. So on the right side, the mountain is going through the clouds. Yes, it's above the clouds, and there is no gap. There can't be a gap because the shadow is cast from above on the cloud. On the left side, the shadow is casted from below on the clouds. Therefore, there is a gap. So I want Gary to show me how the shadow is casted on the top of the clouds and there is still a gap. That should be easy to do, wouldn't it, Gary?
Hugh, we don't know what the sun is.
This comment by Real Cygnus summarized very well what's on my mind. It's all about being a contrarian provides the most negative attention. I agree with 75% of this statement. It's all about being a contrarian. That's it.
And note, I use materials that Gary should be familiar with, like a dairy product container.
Yeah, like the milk carton container. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Well, it's been another fun day. It is really hot in here. I'm getting really hungry, and I got a I got a task to do because I gotta clean up some ceiling fans. So I gotta go up the roof and clean it because the fan should be in top of the ceiling. I guess that's what God is saying. And I want to thank everybody. We had after no super chats for over 2 hours. We had 3 super chats back to back earlier. Thank you so much, guys. At least I didn't leave empty-handed today. I want to thank everybody again for being here, for hitting the like. We had almost 60 people watching earlier at one point. It's exciting. Big thank you, big shout out to everybody that came in YouTube chat box and kept the chat alive by talking among yourself and having this different animal of conversation and responsible trolling in the side chat. I don't have to. I mean, I read. I kind of read the chat box every once in a while. I keep an eye on it, see if my eyes can capture these trigger words that YouTube don't appreciate too much. That's what I kind of look at on the chat box, and I grab a few interesting comments and I just say them over here for you guys. Big thank you guys over here in the Discord chat box. I wouldn't been here if it wasn't for you guys over here in the voice chat. I would have made it maybe an hour tops, just babbling over here and becoming an Arwin or something. If you guys weren't here in the voice, so thank you for coming and inputting your opinions and thoughts over here. It was fun. We did a couple good stuff today. It was great. I appreciate it. Let's do a round of final thoughts. Shout out to Don, to Dusk. He is giving Flip Flop a shout out and a flip flop to and a shout out to the JG show. Even though he despite of our differences, he likes me like the format and the show. So I appreciate that, man. You're welcome anytime. Anytime that you want to come in early in the show, come in. We're about to get out of here. We'll do some final thoughts now. Big Blue, you're up first.
Hey, thanks, Jose. A fun show today. I'll be going live here in about 45 minutes, 40 minutes now. So feel free to join over on my channel. And with that, I'll say good afternoon.
Very cool. Thank you very much. I will take a look. I will lurk in the background and depend on the flavor that is going on there. I might join. I Flip Flop might join. Who knows? still to come. So hopefully I can have a little bit of fun later and trigger
Okay.
some people
Yeah.
up. Hopefully do it responsibly.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes. Okay.
All right, very cool. That's why I wanna taste it first. I wanna test the waters first. To see what's going down. I appreciate it, Blue Man. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Chike, your final thoughts.
Yeah, Earth is not flat, and flat Earth is not a thing anymore. Nobody's joining the show. What's up with that? Thank you.
Thank you, Shike. And Shike, and how dare you? There's 11 people besides me in the show today in the voice chat. So lots of people join the show.
No, I mean flat Earth.
Ah, well, now we're talking. Yeah, they're just taking a break. Very soon in the next couple of days, Brian Leake will join. He's got some kind of a presentation going. It will be an open show, open, to have discussion. But that day, the Brian Leake want to come in and present his stuff. It's gonna be the priority microphone to him. So when that show happen, I will title it. It will happen instantly. I'm not gonna schedule it like the previous day or something because it will happen in real time whenever he can join us and then do the presentation. So we'll take it one day at a time. Whenever it happens, happens. And he who will not have patience for that, please don't join the voice chat that day. I appreciate it.
Who could you possibly be talking to?
I have no idea. We'll get some more final thoughts. Discord user, final thoughts. Whoa, easy. That microphone is too loud. I'm muting you. Earth is life. Final thoughts.
Hey, good show. I probably missed a large portion of the beginning, so I'll probably go back and listen just to see what was going on. Yeah, I'm probably gonna be posting a video here in the next few days with the footage I sent you, as well as the screenshot that I had you do for me. Also, if at all possible, Jose, if you could get that screenshot of the sun at 6:18 p.m. your time, that would be awesome.
Right?
Just
6:18
use a
on the dot. Okay.
6:18 p.m. because that'll be roughly noon for me here. Yeah, just use the diopter app, put the crosshairs on the sun, and just take a screenshot. That's all.
All right,
And then
cool.
send it to me.
I'll try to do that at 6:18, and then I'll do a screenshot with the app that you sent me, that you gave me.
Yep. Well, I already have that one. So.
Okay. Okay.
But I just need I just want the diopter app just to verify that you're looking at the sun and we're not just using the app.
Very cool. Will do, man. Thank you.
That's it. Thanks a lot for the show, Jose.
Appreciate it, man. Farmer's Boy, final thoughts. You're looking forward to be the right hand man of Brian Leakey presentation day.
Oh, there's nothing I'd rather be doing. God help me. Yeah, well, that would be fun. Yeah, thank you, Jose. That's been a lot of fun today. Yeah, don't know what else I can say really. So yeah, cheers.
Cheers, thank you very much. And yeah, it was actually a fun show. We're here for almost 3 hours, just talking about ourselves and exchanging ideas and coming up with theories about the fat Earth and good stuff like that. So thank you, man. Larry was hanging in here, listening in the background, a little bit slower than other Discord servers. You got some final thoughts, Larry? We got mushrooms listening over here. What you got, man? All right, move on to Mojok Man. Final thoughts.
Well, thanks for having me. I didn't catch much of the show. I'll have to go back and look at it and give you some viewing hours. But thank you for providing me some entertainment.
Thank you very much. Big shout out to Mr. Victory. He had some family business to take care of, and that is the most important. I am glad that everything is fine, and we'll catch you in the next show, Mr. Victory. All is good, brother. Nestle Wipes. Final thoughts. Let's take it away with the Stingray.
Well, I can't wait for a Brian Leakey presentation who thinks that line of sight is bendy. That just blows my mind. Line of sight bends. And east is always east, no matter where you are, except it converges. Even a small child would see the flaw in that fucking statement, but not our Brian. So I love it. I just thought of one other thing, last thing, that you could use to kind of figure out the shape of the Earth is, instead of making a stupid statement like, we don't feel the spin of the Earth, being somewhere in advance of a 10-year-old child, you could actually calculate the proportional effect that we would feel in relation to our own weight based on the acceleration of a rotating planet. And then you could look at that number and compare it against what a human being can feel and go, haha, look. But guess what? Your average flat earther has got less intelligence than a 10-year-old, so they never do that. Cheers, Jose. Great show.
Thank you very much, The Stingray. Appreciate it. And Tiny Captain.
Yeah, hello. Well, I'm finally back home and I have to leave soon again. But meantime, I'm thinking of making a video about how we use the Coriolis effect on board of ships.
Hells to the yeah. I think we have audio over here. You can hear the flip-flop is talking. Saying thank you, Tony Captain. Thank you very much, everybody. One more time in YouTube land, in Discord, and watching this recorded. If you were watching this recorded or live, come back when the video is up on YouTube. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let us know your thoughts. You can share links and all kinds of good stuff there. One more time, big shout out to Sean Smith, Tommy Grumbold, and Tusk for the 3 super chats today. Hail to the yeah. Thank you very much, everybody. Stay safe out there. Take care of yourself and each other. Jose JG out. Boom. Thank you.